So another episode of Westwood Capital LTV. Last episode we covered a little bit about my role within the business. We've got the rest of the team coming in other episodes, but it's sensible for you to just maybe cover off what your main role within the business was and how that works.
Yeah, thank you. So my main role within the business is bringing the business in, holding the relationship between the broker and the client, and working with our two relationship managers, Marcus and Laura, to structure a deal, working through that deal, and to getting it obviously funded through the back end. So a lot of my time is spent with brokers, working with our intermediaries and our introducers, getting that deal in, trying to structure a deal that fits both our credit sanction and credit ability, and our needs and wants, and making sure the client's also getting what they want out the other end as well. At which point then Marcus and Laura sort of come in, collect all the preliminary conditions, and then obviously work with yourself, as you alluded in last time, making sure that that then goes through our credit process, through our funding process, ultimately to get the guys funded.
Yeah. And I suppose a large part of the role is just educating the brokers as well, because the funding world is so diverse and has got more so over the more recent years. So it's trying to get the correct message out there so we're not wasting brokers' time, especially because they're very busy, want to get the best form of funding in the fastest possible time. So we need to make sure that message is correct with them so they understand what it is we will and won't do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the biggest challenges, if you will, is ensuring that we're putting that right message out there of our current appetite. We set our stall very early on when we set the business up on what we would and what we wouldn't do, and I think that has moved through all our growth and through our just simple time in business. However, our principles are still always been the same. We know where we sit in the market. We know the types of deals we want to do. One of the things I try and do is A, educate them, but B, work with them. And if there's a way or an angle to do a deal for the client, then that's what we do. I also then obviously sit with co-underwriting deals with you, making the decisions on whether we are or aren't going to do them, and then conveying that back. I mean, one of the things that I try and pride myself on in a way is ensuring that if it's a quick yes, it's a quick yes, and we do follow that through. Yeah. Or if it's a no, then it's a quick no, and we're not letting anybody down throughout the process.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think because people sometimes, nobody likes getting a no, of course, but getting a quick no is the best no to get, because then at least the broker has time and space to then move on and try and find an alternative for the borrower.
Absolutely. I think the only time that we have ever had to no throughout the process is because the deal has fundamentally changed throughout the initial process, whether that be through evaluation, whether that be through the preliminary conditions, but from an initial inquiry, pushing that all the way through to funding, so long as that deal essentially stays the same and the funding that is provided and required, and the bit in the middle stays the same, then we should be able to hit that.
Yeah. So I'm sure obviously the office is very open, and anybody within the team can be contacted by the brokers. But in the first instance, if any brokers are watching and they've potentially got a deal on the desk that they're looking to potentially fund, then it's you that come to in the first instance.
Yeah, absolutely. It's me that come to in the first instance. I will work with our relationship managers to get that through. But if you come to me in the first instance, then we can try and hopefully get that deal funded for you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.